There we go. Hey, hello. It is Tuesday. I'm so excited. We are actually doing the Boss Babes #1 video. The last one was just to get us into it. Now we're actually starting the training on Boss Babes, which I'm so excited. Just dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the things that you do for us. I just pray that they take away something from what they're going to learn today so they can implement it in their life and on their journey and in their business. I praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so we're starting. So let's go ahead and what what are you excited about this week? What did you do last week? I did get your weekly accomplishment sheet, Paula. I got your weekly accomplishment sheet. It went through and it's great. So, are you excited?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm
And
gonna try and beat last week every new week. That's
every
my
new week. Okay, so what did you do last week? Tell them what
last
you
week
did.
we did the virtual and I went out to the beginning of the week. Remember, I had went out to Macal Latino last week and passed out books and cards and all that good stuff. And then I followed up later on in the week with some of the gals that I had already sold stuff to and trying to get their friends and seeing who wants parties and everything. So I got a positive response, but I haven't set anything in stone yet. But we're
Okay,
keeping the communication open.
right. And so on that Zoom that we did, that counts for four faces because they were on. So that's actually in your facial count for four. It counts for me too because I was on and there was four people there. So in your tally, when you're trying to do 30 faces per month, you can put them on there because they were on the Zoom. They weren't doing their face, but they were on. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Did they? And the thing is, did they learn?
Yes. Positive feedback. They learned, they enjoyed it. They were kind of they I guess they didn't really know how much they didn't know. And which wasn't a bad thing because they were all excited. Oh, I learned so much. I'm Valerie was so she had so much information to give me, and it was all positive. They said positive about everything. Do you want me to read what we had sent out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. This got sent out to everybody after. I just asked if they can, if I send them a few questions, can they answer it about the virtual? You know, what do you think about the information? The information was great. Uh, how was the knowledge of the products? They said that Valerie was just top notch on her knowledge. All her years and experience, she was just if they had a question, boom, she was just throwing it out there. Was it entertaining? Yes, they loved the interaction between me, Valerie, the group. Valerie called everybody by name. She asked them questions, and I asked, would they join another virtual in the future? Or would they come to an in-person event? And they said absolutely. They had a great time.
Yeah.
So all
So
great things.
yeah, and so they were good because I let them ask questions if I want them. I don't, when we do pop-ups, sometimes we just throw it out there, show the products and talk about it, and then we're done and we follow up. But when you're doing a Zoom with people on, you can actually interact with them and see their name. And then even though I did not know them, I saw their name. And they were off camera. There was a couple on camera, a couple off camera, but they could put in the chat and I could actually answer their questions about the products. And so it was really, I mean, we were on for over an hour because they were asking questions, which
Yeah.
I'm glad. So they were on the skincare line first. So did they, when they purchased, did they get stuff they normally don't get?
They
Did they?
well uh Karina is the one that purchased. She had tried years ago, I mean like 10 years ago or something. And so she wants to start getting back into her skincare and doing it. And she did talk to her mom because Marlene wasn't on the call or the virtual. And she had a big order and she's excited about it. And
Good.
the mask she's never tried. The wrinkle one that you had talked about, wrinkle filler, she's excited about that. So yeah,
Good.
we're
The
gonna,
dynamic wrinkle limiter, the one
yes,
that's like Botox. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. So how much did you sell from that party?
From that one, I think it was, had it written down. Let's see, two. I think it was like 257.
Yeah. That's
257
good.
party.
That's
Yeah.
good for, for the first Zoom that we ever did,
Yeah.
together. I mean, I do pop-ups, so but you're wanting to learn how to do it. And I know the other Paula Brown, she wants to learn how to do Zoom, virtual, Facebook, Messenger parties and stuff as well, because her schedule's busy and so she doesn't have a lot of time. So with that being said, we did go ahead and schedule and book uh on the 24th, Saturday the 24th at 11, we're going to do Korean glass skin. And at 1, we're doing makeovers. So it is scheduled, but if you guys want to bring people, you can. However, you need to RSVP. So I have enough tables and chairs set up for that to go on. But we are going to do it. And I think that one is a 1, 2, 3, the 4th Saturday of the month because we have 5 Saturdays. Is that not weird? Yeah, we have 5 Saturdays this month. So we will do something on the 31st as well, but I haven't got that far planned out yet. But on the 24th, we're doing 2 events. So I'm kind of excited for that. So now I can start inviting people to that. And then also this Wednesday night, like tomorrow, Janice is doing a skincare class. Your guests can get on and get entered in to win the Kate Spade or the Michael Kors things that she has, the wallets, the clutches, the bags, and all of that. She has all that. But they can get on and get in there and watch and learn about skincare. It's all about learning, even if they're not doing their face. Like Paula's people got on, they weren't doing their face. I was doing mine. I thought we were all going to do it. I thought we were all going to do our faces together, like we used to, but they did not.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. Well, first of all, I don't know if they even had the Karina. I don't even know if she had the product to do it.
No, she didn't have it. She's up in
Yeah,
stock.
yeah. So, but what we're going to do also on the 24th is she's inviting people in Stockton and other places. So we'll be doing a Zoom as well as doing it here in person. So we're going to be doing a hybrid party, which is like the first hybrid party I've ever done. I think, or pretty close to it. I've done hybrid stuff before, but it's been a while. So we're going to do a hybrid party and Zoom it in. And I've done it where I went to Facebook and did it in person at the same time when we were at Rusty's, but I've never Zoomed it, have people on Zoom and do it at the same time. They just have to have their pampering packs and they can just follow right along with everybody else. So we'll figure that out and we'll have some bumps in the road, but it's going to be okay. We'll get over it. It's a learning process. It's definitely a learning process. So I'm excited. You have 2 people active. You're working on getting your 3rd one active, and then all of them on My Shop. I think you have two of them are on My Shop. I'm excited for the people that are LinkedIn and doing the My Shop because people are going to be able to go shop on your website, and it's going to help you out. And I know somebody asked me the other day, I think I was talking to you, Paula, about it the other day. I'm thinking that Cash App does have like a regular account, a checking account, like Chime has. They want you to sign up for their checking account. So you can actually have people when they shop on the My Shop, it can go to that checking account. Like Square has a checking account. They'll have checking accounts. They want to link to whatever. And so it can count, I think, for a regular account. If you don't have a regular bank account, you can use that account to where the money will go in because they always want you to add money to your account, so you can spend it later because they give you a card. So I think the Cash App has an account that she can set up to where she can actually use that for her Stripe. So when people shop on her My Shop, it'll go into that account, which is kind of cool. We'll have to check into it, but I think it is. Do you have Cash App?
Yeah, I have Cash App.
We'll have to go in there and check it out and see if that will work.
They,
I've never, I mean, I've seen them always, they're advertising for me to get a checking account. And I'm going like, okay, I got too many as it is. I got three. That's enough.
I
Now,
don't
actually,
know
I
if
got
they,
four.
I don't know if they have an actual checking account, but I know they have a routing and account number.
Right. So you can actually set up your My Shop and have people Stripe, use the Stripe, and it'll go into your account. Because you can add cash.
Yeah. You can add cash at Walgreens or um from your checking account and other places too.
But
I think
if the
it's
person,
CVS and Walgreens.
yeah, if a person doesn't have a regular checking account, can they use it as to put money in?
Yeah.
See? And I think it'll work. She'll have to go on her Mary Kay In Touch, get the routing number and stuff, and go on Mary Kay In Touch and see if it'll go through. So that way she gets paid when people shop on her site. You know, if she doesn't want to open a checking account. So you can let her know that. That might make her happy.
Yeah, yeah, I'll let her know.
I know Square has an account, a checking account. They want me to open a checking account with them. And I'm going like, okay, you already take a lot of my money anyway from processing credit cards because I process a lot. They take quite a bit. I mean, but it goes right into my account. Stripe's going to be the same way. They're going to process the credit card and it's going to go straight into whatever account you have it linked to, but they'll take their fee out. So just know that it does that. I think I processed a card today with on Square. Was it today I processed it? Or yesterday? Must have been yesterday. And let me look at it. They sent me a thing, how much they paid in. I think the amount for the transaction fee was like $141 is what I was putting through. And I'll tell you exactly what got deposited in my account. For some reason, they always give me two amounts, but it's because transactions. Okay, so it was 141.57 is what I input. When you manually input in Square, they take a bigger fee out. And so what ended up getting deposited in my account, well, they said here total deposit of 136 when actually it wasn't 136. It was actually from 141, it was actually 134. So there's a big chunk. There was a $5.10 fee, but see, all those fees are tax deductions for me. So it was $5.10 and then plus a few more dollars, I think, maybe to put it in my account. I don't know. But it's never when I look on my Square app, it shows me one amount, but what gets deposited is another amount, a few dollars left. So when you key it in, it's a bigger transaction. When you swipe, it's instead of keying it in, it's a 3.5 plus 15 cents, 3.5%. And when you swipe, you tap, hold on, tapped is 2.6 plus 15%. So a 15 cent fee. So tap is 2.6. And when you manually input, it's 3.5 or whatever. So it's almost a percent more, which is crazy. But I keep track of it. I input it. You know, you gotta process a credit card somewhere. ProPay was just as much, only the only thing with ProPay that we had is it was sitting there for you to use it right on your orders instead of going in your bank account. And sometimes that's frustrating because then it was 30 cents to ship it over to your bank account if you wanted. But it was sitting there. So I had a bad habit of using that money and I was depositing money in my account, but I used the ProPay money on my orders all the time. And it's just, you know, because the money just sits there until you do something. But ProPay is still up and running. It's just not connected to our accounts anymore. And I don't use it. They made me re-up my ProPay fee or whatever. I didn't pay anything because it was for free, but I had to re-up it for the year. But I'm not using it. I won't use it this year. I'll just use Square and suck it up and pay the 2.6. Just in ProPay, I never saw the fee until the end when I tallied it up every month. This way I see the fee every single time. It's kind of like, ugh. I don't know if there's another way to process a credit card without getting charged a big fee. I haven't seen one. I don't know how much Stripes is. And that's another thing, since I got you on this. I had a customer who called me yesterday from Reno, Nevada, Sparks, Nevada. Ordered $141. Okay. That was the order, 141. I have her card on file, so I manually input it in. And I was trying to use, the whole thing is why I manually input it in is I was trying to process her card through the customer delivery service. I could not get it to pull up for me to use her card. It wanted to use her card, but pay consultant price. And I'm going like, no. She's getting, a fee. It's because maybe the money, I don't know. Has anybody had anybody go to their My Shop and order? Have you? No?
I was going to ask you about that because I remember we were able to do it before. And
Yeah.
so I didn't know if you knew that there was a way. So I guess there's not a way that we know
Well,
yet.
I haven't figured it out yet, but I went ahead and put in her stuff, and they don't have any free samples to give. They're all paid. So this is something that we need to actually email the company and say, what happened to our free samples for our customer delivery? You know what I mean? Because we put them on there to show them on our websites. However, when I went in to manually do her customer delivery, because she's 75, 80 something years old, she's not going to go on there and do her own order. I'm just saying. She's been my customer for a long time. I lived in Reno in 2001, 2002, and I moved back 2003 in September, October. So she's been my customer for a long time. And she's not going to go on there and do her own order. So I manually input it. I ship it from Reno or to Sparks from Reno because it gets there faster than if I mail it through the mail. And the shipping's only $5.95. And I pay her shipping because she always orders over $100. But I don't know how. And I put in a paid sample, but we need to email the company and say, hey, where's our free samples for the customers? Because it comes out of our pocket. And so, but there's no way that I have found yet, let me research it, in order to put her card in. I mean, I went back. I was on there, had her stuff all in there, and I went to pay, and I said, okay, usually, like when we check out, it'll ask you, before, when we did customers, it'll ask if you wanted to pay consultant cost or customer cost. You know what I mean? You can put in the amount you wanted to charge them. If you were having a sale, whatever, put in the sale amount, whatever it was. And we could do that. It doesn't give us an option anymore. There's no option to pay customer price or consultant price. Now, maybe if she would personally go on there and do it, it would give her the other price. See, I charged her the wrong tax. I charged her tax from here instead of tax from up there. The tax was a lot more. Like they're an 8 or I don't know what they are, 8.75. I don't know what they are, but it was higher. I saw the price of the tax was like $11, and I'm going like, holy cow, what the heck? That's not what I charge her. But it's all right. It's all good. It'll all work out in the end. But I couldn't figure out how to use her card so I wouldn't be charged a process fee through Square. I couldn't figure it out. I'm going, but I will. I'm going to research it. I'll find it. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. So anyway, yeah, so that was my first encounter of using the customer delivery. I don't have a lot of people that go on I have a few people that go to my my website in order, but I don't have a ton. Now, Georgia has a ton of people, quite a few people that order off her website because she is from California and she's in Arizona. So she has a lot of customers that order on her website. I don't have that. So I have never encountered that situation before. But anyway, I'll figure it out and then I'll let you guys know. So, Boss Babes homework. Now, I just got to tell you, I re-listened to the playback because Julia Monday Garner, she's doing the Boss Babes for directors on her Monday calls, director calls. And so I actually listened to her today. And it was Lisa Madsen, but it was for directors. We're going to listen to Lisa Madsen today. But what I actually took the time, to do some of the homework. Did anybody else do any of the homework? Before we jump into the videos, only like 11 minutes. Did anybody do any of the homework? I want to know some feedback.
Yeah, I did some.
You did some? Okay, so on the first part, the first part was the first page, and then it told you stuff. But on page number 4, I think it's your pages should be the same as mine, where it's get clear on your it's time goal. Did you do that part? Where it says, what did you learn as an entrepreneur or leader this past year and has grown you? What does yours say? I should look it up.
Yeah.
Yours says the same thing? It might be similar to the same thing. Let me see. I'm looking up here at your packet. Hold on. Let me back it up here. Oops. I went too far. Okay. It says get clear on your it time. Okay. It says the same thing. So what did you learn as an entrepreneur or leader this past year that has grown you? Was there something that grew you?
Well, I have learned this past year that am I talking? That I'm wanting to do the work.
Okay.
I am challenging myself every day to do better, just like I had talked earlier, in everything, in the business, in my life, with my family. I want to challenge every day and week to be better than the previous one. Because before I didn't want to, I guess I thought orders were going to come magically. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes, we wish they would come magically. But they don't. Got to do the work. Okay, so with that being said, you want to do better every week. So I have this thing where I always try to beat my best. Like I go through the month, beat my best month from last year. And when you start tracking, you'll be able to do that next year to beat your best month. Like you'll be able to track once you do your weekly accomplishment sheet like you did, you'll be able to go back and see what you did for that week. And thank you. I appreciate a weekly accomplishment sheet. You'll be able to go back next week. And since you started in January, by the end of the year, you'll be able to have it ready for taxes. You'll be able to, if you put it in, you'll be able to start, like go back to the previous weeks and whatever you sold, because we're only in week 2. But last week, or the week before, if you sold, put it in your weekly accomplishment sheet. So it totals the whole thing up for the whole year. And it'll be good for your taxes. It'll do a printout for the year-to-date thing, which is kind of cool. But I always try to beat my best. So I go back to whatever I did last year this time, and I just actually analyzed it. And I looked at my total that I have in, and I looked at what I did last year. I'm going, I got to do some more work. And I missed my goal for December by way off. I totally missed my goal. Kind of bummed me out. I don't know how I did what I did the year before. But this last year, I did not do close to it. So, I did I did over half. I don't know what it was. The year before, I did over 7,000. And this last year, I think I might have done 5, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look. But anyway, so this month is usually a slower month. But I also kick off and I got to send an email out. I'm looking for my flyer. I kick off for football, Super Bowl pool. And I'm actually going to start putting everybody's name on the sheet because the thing is, and mine's the old school sheet. Let me see if I can even find it. Mine's the old school sheet, and I like it. There's fancier ones out there, but I like the way mine is. Hold on, let me look. I know I have it. I have it here somewhere. I have it. I like mine. No, it's for taxes. Dang, what happened to my sheet? I printed them up specifically, unless it's underneath this pile here. Nope, I don't see it. It's got to be in this folder. Because when you fill up one sheet, that's $1,000 sold. So every sheet you fill up is $1,000. Well, doggone it, I don't know where it's at. I'll have to find it. But there are other, and I have them in the files on Facebook. You go up to the files at the top, and scroll down. There's probably a Super Bowl PDF in there. Yeah, I don't know where it's at. I have it set somewhere so I can, maybe on the back, where it might be behind me, where I can actually start putting my customers in from the first of, if they order $10, they get a square. I think it's every $10 you get a square. So once you fill it up, it's $1,000 sold. And at the first quarter, I give away $25 worth of Mary Kay, which is $12.50. Second quarter is $50, which is $25. Third quarter is $25. Fourth quarter is $50. So if you sell $1,000 and you actually give away $75, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yep.
That our cost $75. Yeah, I think it's okay. So it just gets them on more product is what it does, but it gets them excited. So what I'm going to do is email it out if I can find it. I don't know where it's at. Email it to my customers tomorrow because Janice's event is coming tomorrow night and Thursday. And I'm going to email it's time, Super Bowl poll. Look who's already in the drawing. You know what I mean? I don't have any names yet, so it's okay. But if I start it now instead of waiting till after the 15th, so it might get them more excited to want to participate. So I don't care if they order as long as it's between now and the end of January, before the Super Bowl. You know, but between now and January would help me out tremendously. I think my total sales for January last year was 3,000 something. Wasn't very much. But you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to work with what you got. Just I'm going to try to beat my best. I'd like to up it a little bit. So 4,000 would be great. Fill out 4 sheets. That'd be good. Anyway, so with that being said, so what I put down is what I learned this last year was to invest in relationships, more time with God, silence the noise, because there's a lot of noise out there. Those are the things that I wrote down. And then, so the next question was, what is it that you know you're called to pursue right now? Did you write anything down for that one?
Yes, I know that I can change lives with just giving a second or a minute of my time and take time to share about the Mary Kay business and listen to the customer and understand what their needs are, making a new friend and a customer at the same time.
Right. And you know, that's funny because when you take time to listen to what their need is, you can fill the need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when your people were on the other night and they were asking questions because they had something that they needed, you know, to be answered to fill their need.
Yeah.
And I could tell them what it was that they needed. So it's kind of cool. Okay, I put what for me, now I don't know about anybody else, but for me, what is that you know you're called to pursue right now? Impact people, grow spiritually, financially, and personally. Work with people to show them how to do the same, to be the best God created them to be. And that is my calling right now, is to work with people to help them to be the best that God has called them to be the best of them. And so, and sometimes that's hard because sometimes people don't want to listen. And sometimes, you know, they might not be ready to change, but you can't force it. You have to let them, just pray for them and let them go. Let them do what they do, and then they'll come around. So it's just to impact the people in Mary Kay and out of Mary Kay. Impact them in Mary Kay and out of Mary Kay, customers or non-customers. You know, that's what we're here to do. Okay, so why is now your time?
I put now the time is right for me. I just had a feeling that I can succeed and nothing is holding me back. There's no reason that I can't do the work. My kids are big. That was a big excuse before. My
I
husband,
know, I can't believe they've grown.
my husband this, my husband that. No, my husband is totally supportive. So that's not an excuse. My friends and my family, they're all supportive. So that's not an excuse. So it's time for me to do the work. And I feel it. It just feels right.
You've got a stirring in you to do more. You know, it's that stirring, and it's God stirring you up to do more because he has greater things for you. And when you feel that stirring in you, you need to step and pursue it. You know, the enemy is going to come after you. That's what I was talking about. The enemy is going to come all around you to try to get you to stop. You just need to stay focused and keep going. I put, God doesn't want me to play small. I need to step up and step out. Stop trying to, I spelled something wrong. Stop trying to be or compete with someone else. Be all that God has created me to be, which is, that's it, you know? And what about the next one? List all that will change when you accomplish. If you guys didn't do the homework, you need to sit down and do the homework. Even if you don't print it out, look at the questions, write it in a notebook, and think, take 15, 20 minutes, half hour, and fill out the answers. Get quiet, get still, and fill them out. So what's the next one? List all that will change when you accomplish your it's time goal. What will change?
Becoming a director. My life will be busier. I will be a leader. I will lead a team. I will be able to share what I know and what I have learned. I will have more freedom from the job that I have now, and I can focus 100% on my Mary Kay and with my family and with my kids and everything.
Yeah.
I have more time for that.
Right. I put my it's time goal. What will change? Double or triple our unit size to impact lives. It's time to do something big. Stretch me to be all that God created me to be. My financial situation, pass on the legacy and my confidence. And that's what Janice Trude's book, Pass It On, or passing to the, I'm looking at it, passing it to the next, just passing to the next generation. I think Melissa got a book because she went to career conference. So I got her a book, and I gave a book to Carla Rodriguez because God had put a stirring in me to get her a book and give it. But I haven't read my book yet. It's right there on my shelf, but I will. But it's time to pass it on. Okay, let's do the last one, and then we will get into the video. Take a minute to write a prayer to God. Oh, well, wait a minute. And share with you on your heart. Okay. You don't have to, because a prayer is kind of, you know, kind of personal. But I want to say that since we have been reading the Jabez prayer, let's just go with that one. I'm almost done. Last chapter is tomorrow. And if y'all didn't know, I've been reading it on Facebook. Some people like it, some people don't. I had a customer who liked it. She's in Reno. That's so funny. But God put a stirring in me to share the book read in both groups. And I'm going like, really, God? Really? Okay. Because I read to myself all the time, but he's going like, you need to share. And I'm going like, okay, I'll do it. So I've been doing it. We did one book. And now this one's, I didn't have the other book that I want to get, but I'm going to get it. But so I've been reading this one, and we're in the last chapter. And if you don't know the prayer of Jabez, it's bless me indeed, enlarge my territory. May your hand be with me, that you keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. And that is Jabez's prayer. And if you pray that every day, your life will stretch, grow, and change. Just saying. I've been praying it for a long time. So is there anything else you want to share on that prayer? That prayer thing?
No, I've been saying a lot more prayers lately. A lot more
That's
prayers.
good.
And a
And
lot-
you know what? It doesn't hurt to say, give me clarity. Give me clarity and direction, wisdom. Help me be bold. Um, clarity and direction. I wrote that down. Give me clarity on those things that he wants me to do, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and you guys haven't watched this yet, but then we'll talk about, once we get through this video, you can take notes, and then we'll talk about page 14. Page 14, okay? Because page 14 has those squares. Do you have a page 14 that has squares?
yes.
Okay. Did you fill in any of those squares? There's a lot on there.
4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot on there. And I'm thinking to myself, holy cow. But yeah, let me go ahead and share the screen. Okay.
Us babes, this is Senior National Sales Director Emeritus. Wow, still surreal to say. Lisa Madsen is my name. I'm recording this in December, but by the time you hear this, I will officially be retired. And I have to tell you, I never thought this day would really come. I signed up at 26 years old, and now I'm 65 and a half. I grew up in this business, you guys. Mary Kay shaped my entire life. So when I think about this, It's Time series, I smile because I know that those words really mean it's time. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop wondering. It's time to stop procrastinating. It's time to take action on the dream in your heart. And my story is proof that the moment you decide it's time, everything changes. When I look back on my journey, one thing stands out. I got into action immediately. On day one, the day I signed my independent beauty consultant agreement, my sales director told me to get 5 bookings. So I got 5 bookings. Then she said, get 8. So I got 8. Then she said, get 12. So I got 12. Then she said, that's awesome. Now get 15. And I remember looking at her like, are you kidding me? I only have 2 sisters and I already made one of them book 2. But here's the truth. Action creates confidence. Action builds courage. Action produces results. And from those 12 bookings, because I learned how to get my bookings from my bookings, I held 102 parties my very first year. Not because I was good. It's because I was consistent. And that consistency gave me confidence. The 5 things I did consistently are: number 1, I booked. Number 2, I coached. Number 3, I sold. Number 4, I rebooked. And number 5, I team built. Every party, every week, every month. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't complicated. It was simply consistent. In November of 1987, just 1 year after I began my career, I earned the use of my first Mary Kay career car. And then something interesting happened. I stopped recruiting. I didn't have a new goal. And I started thinking. I started analyzing. I didn't want to bother anyone. I didn't fully understand the big picture of what Mary Kay could do for someone else. I was more worried about what people thought of me than what this opportunity could mean for them. My sales director stepped in and said something that changed the entire trajectory of my life. She said, Lisa, you need a new goal. She told me I needed to become a sales director. I had every excuse ready to go. I can't. I'm pregnant. I'm due in March. This was January. It's not good timing. I'm not ready. But she knew. She knew if I didn't get into motion again, I would go backward instead of forward. So I submitted my letter in January to become a sales director. January, February, March. The baby was due in March. Terrible timing? Absolutely. But timing doesn't create success. Action does. And because I worked full circle, booking, coaching, selling, rebooking, and team building, I became a sales director on May 1st. Was it easy? There'd be a no. I had a problematic pregnancy and was on bed rest the last 2 weeks before my son was born. Since I got all my parties from my parties and my bookings from my bookings and my team members from my parties, it really slowed me down. But I didn't give up. My phone worked and so did my mouth. So I called people. I had Kyle on a Saturday and I was back at my Monday night meeting 9 days later with guests. We finished on May 1st. So baby Kyle went to a lot of interviews with me and he helped me to team build because they thought it was pretty cool that I could do this with my baby. Fast forward 10 months. It's January 1989. I remembered something important. The January before, I had 10 parties on my books when I went into DIQ, and I knew that's why I moved so fast. So I told my new unit of 10 months to get 10 parties on their books for the month of January. And to help them do that, I even suggested that they offer a hostess special, 10% off for the entire year of 1989 if she would hold a party and bring some friends. Ladies, it worked. My date book filled. My team's date book filled. And momentum exploded. And because of that explosive January, my brand new unit, only 10 months old, became the number 4 unit in the Ruby seminar. People looking at the Applause magazine were thinking, who is Lisa Madsen? I've never heard of her. That's what happens when you combine urgency, bookings, consistency, and a clear January strategy. Some of you might think, well, I don't want to give away 10% off for the year. Ladies, listen. If she buys $200 from you all year long, that's $20 in free product. If she buys $1,000 all year long, she saves $100 retail. It's not that much. And you can adjust the percentage if you want to, but you need new people. You need to meet new people. So if you get a hostess to hold the party and bring people, that will help you to do that. You get new customers because you offered a discount. You get new bookings because you offered a discount, and you get new team members. And team members equal commissions. Commissions equal growth, and growth equals choices. You can even do it if you want 15% off for the first 15 days of January and 10% off for the last 16 days. Create the urgency. Create the urgency. Kit and commit. Some of you have heard this. Booking 8 parties in a 2-week period. This kit and commit challenge ties beautifully into the strategy of what I'm talking about right now. Some of the national sales directors were at a national sales director meeting, and I want to just shout out to Kim McClure, Heidi Gelzer, Kristen Sharp, Brittany Jenks, and Julia Monday Garner. They are the ones that came up with Kit and Commit. Consultants were booking 8 parties in a 2-week period to hold by December 15th. It's really the old Perfect Start that Mary Kay Ash taught us. What's old is new. So I'm challenging you to book a minimum of 8 parties in a 2-week period. And if you want explosive growth, go ahead and book 10 or even 12. But don't just write the goal. Put a highlighter block around the specific times in your calendar that you can hold the parties. Create the space and then fill the space. And when those parties hold early in the month, rebook for the second half of January. You will amaze yourself. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Let's talk about fear. I had fear every step of the way. Fear of getting the first 5 bookings. Fear of asking the bookings from bookings. Fear of doing my first parties. Fear of becoming a sales director while pregnant. Fear of stretching into every new level that I achieved on the career path. But here's what I learned. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward, even with the fear. If I had waited to feel brave, I would still be sitting there with my unopened inventory covered in hives, because that's what happened when my inventory arrived when I was a brand new consultant. I would have been sitting there wondering if I could succeed. You build courage by doing the things you're afraid of. This is your it's time moment. If I could go from a nervous, insecure 26-year-old hoping to make $70 a week to lead a world-class national area, to retiring with over 17 millions in commissions throughout my 39-year journey, then what's possible for you? Your miracle year doesn't start with certainty. It starts with a decision. It's time. It's time to believe. It's time to move. It's time to say yes. It's time to go for it. It's time to book the parties. It's time to take the action. It's time to step into the dream God placed in your heart. You are one decision away from a completely different year, and maybe even a completely different life. Don't wait for courage. Don't wait for perfect. Just decide, because God already equipped you. Now it's time to move. It's time. May God bless you. May God bless every effort you make. And may He multiply your courage, your joy, and your results. Dream big, work hard, and enjoy every moment of your journey, because 2026, it's your time. Thank you. Us babes.
Whoops. Sorry about that. Let me stop the screen share. Okay, so how'd you like that? Did you take notes?
Very good. Yeah.
Very inspiring. And you know, I listened to her director training this morning. Her area has had $33 million years. 33. They've hit $1 million. Yeah. So when I go to leadership, we have so many nationals that are retiring. They need the younger people to step up, to move up, to be nationals. We have so many nationals retiring. She's one of them. Allison. Allison's retiring. Katrina's retiring. Sabrina's retiring. There's like a whole ton of them. So Janice is staying in for another year because she's building in Europe. But she's going to stay in for at least another year, and before she's going to retire. She's got to. She's building in Europe, so other countries, which is good. She's got to be stable over there, and she's the tenure national that we have right now. So, what did you like? Takeaway notes on her stories. Did you write jog down any notes?
Not from her story. I was just listening to her story because it's just inspiring, just listening to the different, what they went through. But it had me thinking it's all the same, like the excuses and things you need to overcome. And sometimes you just need to be pushed a little bit and go out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, the Kit and Commit. Now they're redoing it, and it's so funny. My goal is always to do 30 faces in the month. And since COVID, it's been a challenge to get 30 faces in the month, like in person, because we have virtual too, and that counts as well. So book 8 parties to hold 2. I need to get booking. I mean, I have my set stuff that I do, but like today I went to the senior home, figured I'd have a few faces, and the activity director wasn't there. She was home with a sick child, and so therefore I didn't have any faces. But I have a senior home on Thursday. So I actually have some bookings that I have that are set, and now I got to get busy to book the rest of them. So between the 15th is Thursday, between there and the end of the month, if we book 8 to hold 2. I mean, book 8 parties to hold in the next 2 weeks. Book 8 to hold 5. Virtual or in person, doesn't matter. They all count. So that's what my goal is going to be for the next 2 weeks. Book 8 to hold 5 in the next 2 weeks. And I know sometimes that it's a challenge when you're working another job, but like you do things on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do stuff on the go. So you got to figure it out. But there is a tracking sheet in there to book the 8 to, because what's going to happen is they're going to have a special thing, and we'll have to turn in your stats. If you do it, we'll turn in your stats so you can be on the special event that they had. They had one the first week of January from the one before, so they'll have another one coming up, or somebody will come on, like Mary Kay's. Oh man, I can't. I'm drawing a blank on her name. Mary Kay's secretary was the one. She's still alive. She trained on this last one. I have her book too. She wrote a book. I have her book.
Is it Jen?
Jen, no.
Hmm.
Her secretary, Mary Kay's. I don't think it was Jen. I'm drawing a blank. I'll look at her book. I have her book up here. I'll put it in the Facebook group. And I'll also put the playback for the YouTube for this week in there. So in case somebody else wants to watch it, because they might not have printed up the notes and they didn't take notes, and they want to listen to it again. So I'll do that, put it in the Facebook group. I probably won't send it out by email, but I will put it in the Facebook group. So you can do that. So on your squares, when you know it's time to get into action, not just your Mary Kay business, but in your areas of life that matter to you most, your health, your finances, your faith, your family, use the squares below to name the actions you feel prompted to take this new year. Did you put anything in your squares?
Yes.
Anything you want to talk about?
Wrong paper. Oh, here it is. Okay. I have family, getting healthy, manage finances with business. That was one of my major things before. Why I had the issue. I was stealing from myself. That's not good.
Oh yeah, no, embezzling. I know. I see, and I was just the opposite when I was in, because I had my money from Granite that paid all my bills, paid everything. So I could just take all my Mary Kay money and stick it back in an inventory. That's how I built my inventory. But then I didn't know how to pay myself to help pay for stuff that I needed to pay for. So it's a challenge for me to be able to do that and pay myself to pay my bills. You know what I mean? Because I always put my extra profit back in and got more inventory. But I'm working on that myself. But I do have a way to keep track of the money part. If you have Dropbox, I pay for Dropbox. I pay for Dropbox yearly just so I can use this Dropbox. I mean, it's good for a lot of things. I have a lot of files in there. But the Dropbox I have is from Leah Laughlin's finance class that we've done. I've done it twice. And it has a spreadsheet for business and a spreadsheet for personal. You input what you want. I mean, there's things already there. You can change out the tabs of what it says, but you input the receipts every month. So it gives you a total. And that's what I print up for my taxes. I mean, it keeps track of everything. So I don't know. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can show you. I've trained on it before. Let me see if I can pull it up. Well, there's my business one. Let me do personal first. Let me open two so you can see the difference. And I have the blank template for these from our class that we had, because she gave it to us in that class. And so, okay, so this one's 2026. Okay, so let me screen share. This is my business for 2026. Notice I have no totals in there yet because we're just now doing. I have some things, like I know my advertising's coming out for the Catholic Charities every month. My product insurance is due, cell phones due. So basically, like 2025, let's see if it'll pull up. Whoops, what happened to it? Well, I don't know where it went. There it is. Took a minute. But you see, it's all there. See all the things, section 1, section 2, shipping, tax paid, advertising, bank charges, bookkeeping, if you pay a bookkeeper, product insurance, cell phone, internet, booth events, director suit, dry cleaning, gas, oil, tags, and OnStar. I put driving school because I just paid for driving school for our insurance to be cheaper. Car repair, payroll taxes. If you're paying somebody, you have people that work in your office that you have to pay and take out money. I left that there because I think big. Someday I might have to have that. But you can always take that out. Postage, I don't have to pay workers' comp. Prizes, gifts, awards, hair, nails, all of the things are here. And when you go down here, I added information needed for taxes, trainings and books, Mary Kay miles. I do that. My miles, I actually do on my calendar. Personal use, demo products, bridal leads. Every month I get bridal leads. And then all of that, virtual assistants, all of these people that I pay monthly. Okay. I pay monthly. So in 2026, it's changing. I'm going to pay Janice instead of Katrina, but a lot of things, like my grandson right there, I just paid him 15, so I'm going to put 15 in. So you can put in what you want. Now on your business or on your personal, let's go to personal. Personal is different. I never fill anything in up here, but I do this. These are set. These things that are in there are set for me, but you can put in what you want. I know when they're coming to be paid. And I know that premiums and stuff are about the same. But like in 2025, let it adjust. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff. Hold on. Should all float in, I think. Oh, wait. I'm not over far enough. There we go. Okay, so it's all in there. Groceries, if I eat out. And that's another thing. So on my business one, when I go to these events and I eat something, I say the receipts and I put them in here. Home repair, you can see home repair, you can see medical expenses, medical premiums, medical expenses. This is a big one. This is part of the reason why I work Mary Kay is because I'm bougie on this. I'm homeopathic. But you notice 1 month I paid over $1,000. Next month, almost 500. That one's 367, 663, 325, 244, 541, 340. You see, I keep track of everything that I spend and I input it in here. So I have the link and it's a blank template that you put in your own receipts and you keep track. But you have to have Dropbox or it won't work. I mean, I can send you the link and you could try it. It might work. But, and how I do my receipts, Georgia wants me to do a training on this. But I'll show you how I do my receipts. This little envelope. This is my house payment envelope. Every time I get anything, I put what account it comes out of, like I got gas, what account it comes out of, the stamps from the store, which are a write-off, what account it comes out of, paid my grandson, there's a receipt in there, paid for Katrina's thing, paid for bridal leave, FedEx, everything, Amazon, even Amazon, or some of my supplements. I print it up and I stick everything that I spend money on, I put in here, and where it came, what I paid with it. It came out of debit card, credit card, cash, even at the events that I go to and I pay cash or a Venmo, I put it on there. And at the end of the month, I take the receipts, divide them up, personal, business, and then I put them in the categories where they go. And it totals it up. You put your commission in there, you put your paychecks in there. So like you still work a job. So you would put your paycheck in there down here where it says income. I got Social Security and I got my retirement income across there. I know what it is every single month. So I put it in there. So you just put it in. So when you get it, it's a blank canvas, just like this. I have all my stuff over here, but the one I will share with you won't have all of this. It might have some of this stuff up here. Some of this I added in, but it gives you a place to start. So you can put your own stuff in there. That makes sense? Okay.
Yeah, I'll try it and see what happens.
Okay. I'll send you the link. I know it's a little intense for some people, but you know what? Spend a little time at the end of the month putting in your receipts, or the beginning of the next month, just an hour, half hour. If you keep track of your receipts and you put them in, and then when you're done for the month, save the envelope, just so when you get your taxes done the next year, they're all right down here in a drawer. I'll pull them all out and I'll keep them together for however many years we have to have them. I put them in a big old envelope, one of those golden envelopes, the golden color, orangey, whatever. I stick them in there with my tax stuff, and then I can get rid of them after. We have to keep them 3 years, 5 years. It used to be 10. I don't know how many years we have to keep all that stuff, but then you can get rid of them. Because you have this one printout that shows everything. So you just have to keep it just so you can get past, I think it's 5 years now that you have to keep receipts to prove what you've done. But yeah, if you just take the time, it won't be so stressful.
Yeah.
You know where your money's going. When you have to input where your money's going, I wasn't going to talk about money, but we're going to talk about it. When you input everything that you spend, you can take a look and go like, oh, look at that. Oh, sometimes we just get it and we don't think about where it's going or where it's coming from. And then we look and we go like, oh, well, it's like my checkbook. It's like, oh, wow, where'd it go? But if you want it, I'll give it to you. I'll send you the link. Grab it and send it to you. And then you can see if you can open it. If you don't have Dropbox, you might have to get Dropbox, but it works, man. So much easier, because at the end of the year, everything goes in there. At the end of the year, I print out those 2 things. I don't have to scramble. I don't have to count. I don't have to do nothing. Just print those out and print out my thing from Boulevard showing what I did, what I sold at the end of the year. And that's the numbers that go into my taxes. So
am I able to, because I know you use a different program instead of the accomplishment sheets, but am I able to use those or no?
Yeah, I think you can use those if you input them. Like now, input what you do every week. your
Yeah.
sales every week. If you don't sell nothing, then you don't have to input nothing. But what it does is at the end of the year, you'll be able to see your year-to-date progress. You'll be able to see everything,
Okay.
just like mine.
All right. Yeah, it'll help.
Yeah,
Better
I
than what
pay
I'm
for
doing now.
Boulevard, but if it helps, I mean, you can input it. I don't know with the new My Shop and all that stuff, the customers in there. I know that the My Customers is a little bit different now than it used to be, and I know that got to just get used to the new way. You know, we used to put all this stuff in there for the customers, and we're just I'm old school, and so now they've changed it. So now it's updated, more efficient, and all the things. And so, you know, make sure you put their birthday in there though, because Mary Kay keeps track of their birthday and their anniversary. I think Mary Kay keeps track of that. And so it'll tell you that, you know, you can go in. Did you know you can go in there to your reports and see who has a birthday of your customers if you input the birthdays? You knew that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Let me show you. Yes. Not just directors have that. When that's why they have let me see if I can show you. Okay. Input. You know why? Because I actually do a birthday special for birthdays to get people to order in their birthday. So you're going to go to your main page and you're going to you want to go to preferred customer program. Now watch it not be there. This is how I found the birthdays before. I went to the reports. Is it going? There we go. Hold on, let me make sure. I don't want see it's different now. So let me see. Let me see how we find it. I don't want history. It used to be enrolled. I don't want order history. Let's try this. Let me see if I can pull it from here. Watch me not be able to do it. Okay, we used to have a thing. We used to have yeah, no. What the heck is this? See, everything's changed. We used to have a thing to where we could click. I don't know what this is for. Uh, oh, enroll for. We used to have a thing to where we could click and pull up birthdays instead of PCP. But now, 910. Whew, holy smokes. I don't send out that many books. Okay, so in that case, let's go to this. Let's go to let's try this. Well, we're gonna learn together. They changed it. Let's hit search. Because I printed one up for this month from last month. No matches found. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. We'll put it in the search bar. How did I find it? The trick. Customer for eggs. Okay. Landing page, my customer. Landing page, my shop. Let's go. Let's try this one. Go to my customers. And wow. Well, I do not know how we're gonna find this. And we're right there. Uh, 427. Yeah, no, that's where you would add in a new customer, by the way. How in the heck? How would you do it? I don't have any clue. Is that funny? Hmm.
Well, once you do, you'll let us know.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I don't know. I have no um mm, oops. Let me see if it goes to the other one. Documents, images, weekly accomplishment sheet. Yeah, I have no idea. Yep. What's this one? No, that's my shop. Okay, well, I'll have to figure it out. I'll let you know. I printed it up for this month. I don't know how I did it. I'll have to look because I printed it up because I just texted them out yesterday. So I'm going to take a peek at my page. I printed it Wednesday, December 31st. And I have all the birthdays for January. Is that funny? I'm not going to find out how I got it. But I'll let you know. It's good. It's all good. Okay. Okay. So let me find Facebook on here. I think that's it. You guys want to add anything? No?
No, we're good.
What do you got? You got anything booked this week?
I'm gonna try and get something maybe going on Friday since I'm off. So I'm gonna try and see if I can
Do a virtual?
do something.
Do a
Virtual.
pop-up?
Go to someone's house and do a one-on-one or something.
Yeah.
I'll let you know as soon as I figure it out. But I'm gonna make some
Okay.
calls and send some emails out and text tomorrow. So
Yeah,
because
tell them you need to
there's
practice.
some people that I'm not able to connect with because of my schedule. But since I have Friday off and Monday, I'm gonna see if I can get them going those 2 days. Hey, come on, let's do it. Let's do it.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Yay. Yay for you. It's a good thing. Well, you're doing great. Just keep going. So you want to go to career conference? It's in Anaheim.
Yes,
Um, and you can find it on your splash page. It'll give you the dates. I think it's Janice is going to do a luncheon thing for people from career conference. So and it's in Anaheim. It's a Friday, usually a Friday night, and Saturday, but we're usually done by 4 normally. But okay, career conference, sales director and Reds challenge. So we're supposed to have 3 Reds, I think. But I think that you guys get, if you do the My Shop, you get the lanyard. So you've already done the My Shop. Any consultant that has done the My Shop and comes to career conference, they'll get a special lanyard for their bling badge. And then I thought there was something for Reds. Okay, it's
I think
March,
it's an on stage.
yeah, on stage, March 20th and 21st.
There you go.
Yeah, it was the Reds challenge, but it was so independent sales directors with 3 or more Reds, star team builders, team leaders, elite team leaders, and their units who register for and attend career conference will receive onstage recognition and a special gift alongside their Reds.
Gift.
So I don't know if the Reds get the gift, but we were also, Janice was talking about DIQ and going to Disney. So if you're in DIQ, going to Disney. So that's, Something to look forward to too. Love me some Disney. So we might do that as well, but we'll figure it out. It's March 20th and 21st.
I'm in.
Put it on your calendar.
Yeah.
Then we'll have to figure out the rest of the details and just work to get there. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for tonight. I'm hoping everybody has taken notes, but I will post that stuff in and then I'll send you the Dropbox links.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. See you guys later.